Hey everyone, Kim here, Abundant Life Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me. This is part 2 of the reading I am doing regarding Madeline Kingsbury. And check out part 1 for the detailed opening oracle reading. And now we're doing the detailed tarot and oracle reading. But first, I am called to actually do things a little different. I want to tap into the energies here. So Spirit wanted me to start with this deck, so that's what we're going to do. We have rage or extreme anger was a motive. Okay, that feels, I mean, it doesn't have to be personal. It tends to usually be personal, okay? But it doesn't have to be. Somebody can be quite rageful and do something like take someone against their will or prevent someone from, returning home. However, when I see rage, when I see this card, typically this means that this is personal. This says social media will provide valuable clues. So her social media, the social media of the perp will provide valuable tools or people closest to her. And I'm sure that people have been combing over her social media at this point. So maybe there's clues there. Maybe there's clues. You know how when you're one person and you have all these different social media connections, friends, mutual friends, etc. That there's information there that you can glean some important investigative evidence, right? So we have these two cards. So social media, social also tells me that this is personal, okay? Dating history or killer knew of victim, okay? So someone in her dating history. So thank you, Spirit, for that information. And thank you for the guidance to start with that deck. Because as you all know, I don't usually start with that deck. Okay, now we're going to move to our tarot and oracle reading. Okay, let's just see if we can get some characteristics or traits of the person or persons responsible for Madeline's disappearance. We have troubled, somebody who has freckles or freckled. Maybe even has this kind of, I don't know how I want to say this. This person looks like, I don't know, like he could be, he's not Caucasian and he wouldn't be necessarily black, right? I mean, mixed race perhaps, or like some sort of interesting ethnicity about him or her. This person is troubled. Beauty mark or mole. Beauty mark or mole, maybe on their face or on their arm or somewhere where people will be able to verify that. Obese or overweight. That's interesting. We'll go with it. I mean, I know that this place, Minnesota, is, I don't know if it's, unless it's in the main cities, I don't know how diverse it is, but what sticks out to me is like Afrocentric features. So this could be that someone who's a fair-skinned, who has thicker lips than one would expect from their ethnicity, or a bigger nose, or certain kind of, shaped eyes, coarser hair, or they just look like there's something about them. That's what I was saying here when I looked at him. There's something about the ethnicity of this person that is different. It could represent a couple of people involved, because in part 1, it was revealed that there was perhaps someone who is an accessory after the fact, or someone who may have assisted before, during, and after probably with that card after. So it could be multiple people. So yeah, obese or overweight. This person maybe not be morbidly obese, but could be just slightly overweight, or yes, morbidly obese. So yeah, that's what I'm picking up here. Troubled. This person is quite troubled. It will remain to be seen if that person was known to be troubled. Spirit, who is responsible for her disappearance? Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay. Page of Swords. Okay. All right, take a good look at this person, because sometimes the images that are found in the cards, the perpetrators or people who are involved kind of end up favoring the actual person in life. It's really trippy. And if you even look here, they kind of favor one another. So this is a male, picking up on a male. Maybe there is a female, who helped willingly or unwillingly, but I'm sensing male energy. This is someone, the wheel could represent Sagittarian energy, so maybe somebody of that sign, like in their sun, moon, or rising. Or with the wheel, it symbolizes, especially in reverse, somebody in a bad cycle in their life. Like they're going backwards. They're having a hard time advancing forward. The wheel card came up in part 1 in the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle, the very first deck we used. But it was for that deck. It was the wheel. And I sense it was speaking to her. Her card is, she's upright. Maddie is upright. She's moving in a different direction. She's going, in a different direction. And this other person who is responsible is not moving in that same direction, or they are in a really bad phase in their life. Now, this also can be symbolic, again, of a vehicle being of importance with the wheel card. Travel, movement, someone having to move, someone being moved. Movement is of significance to this case. Like they're looking all over for her. And I don't know if they've, I'm knowing that law enforcement probably thoroughly looked at looked at her property, but I don't know, to see if there's any, evidence there or disturbance of the soil around there. I'm sure law enforcement and the searchers have searched, but I don't know. What are the energies surrounding the vibe between Madeline and her children's father? The sun in reverse. They were having a time. Okay, negative energy. Someone feeling very pessimistic about at the start of the day with the sun. Since we have a card in reverse, I'm going to use the Untold Truth. Okay. I'll see if there's anything else. We'll see if there's anything else. Spirit, what was the vibe I would need to ask clearly. What were the energies surrounding the vibe between Madeline and her children's father on the day that she disappeared? Okay. Okay, thank you, Spirit. So, again, pessimism is at an all-time high. Someone being, like, feeling negative or being negative, not wanting to face the day. It just feels like this was really down energy. Normally this card symbolizes positivity, optimism, you know, embracing the new day with gusto, positive things happening. When it is in reverse, it's like that light has been dimmed for one or both of them. What's interesting is that there's, I don't know, it's a bit of sadness I'm sensing. You know how when things have come to a point where, you know, you long for the relationship to be one way, but it's just not, and you start to realize and come to the conclusion it's just not going to ever be that. I sense that for the both of them. We have that here with the recalling card. Reminiscing, memories, returning. So someone also wanting things to return back to the way they were, but could they really? Like they were like fantasizing about this. Always on their mind, thinking of you, I miss you. Like this must have been said on this day. And then when it wasn't returned or reciprocated, we have retaliation, punish, payback, revenge. So we are looking at these kind of energies now. Now, I know we could easily jump to the conclusion of, okay, this must be his motive. But remember, it sounds like they were going through some things in terms of maybe parting ways at some point is what I'm hearing, on the YouTube streets, if you will. And so this could happen. But that doesn't necessarily mean he is responsible, right? Everyone is assumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. We are just simply discussing what we are seeing here in the cards. Codependent patterns. So the thing about codependency is sometimes one person can have an unhealthy attachment to another person, have to really rely on a person for their emotional, financial, mental needs, physical needs, and they really have to lean on this person, and it can become unhealthy, very dependent, and the other person who's being dependent on could start to resent that. Or it could be they both had to lean on each other. Why? Because they're, having to co-parent their children. But I sense that someone was feeling down as it relates also to the children. So in terms of the question, what was the vibe like? This is what the vibe was like for them. Yeah, as of, in recent times. This had been going on for a while too. This kind of dynamic. It had become where it felt like it was a cycle. And then finally, Madeline decided to change that cycle and to start to move forward. And meanwhile, her ex is resisting that change and moving in a different direction. So you start to have friction where nobody's really able to go anywhere. Okay, question number 3. Why were they both at the daycare drop-off? King of Swords. Why were they both at the drop-off? I'm just going to stop here. King of Swords is somebody felt like they needed to control the situation, control the narrative. Like this was also planned. Like this element of the day was planned. Now, this can be, it can be that yes, it was planned by him or planned by her or planned by both, but they both were in agreement on doing this. Or it could mean that this is a strong male figure who had to control the optics. So look at that. Okay, there was a plan being executed, and there was a reason. We have a woman here pictured, and the keyword says done, completion, lesson learned, done, doing what she needs to finalize something, making a point, driving home the fact that she's done. Okay, I see spirit. So what was she done about? Could be something as simple as him being the one no longer picking up the kids. We don't know. It could be something like from now on, she's doing it. We're doing things separately, and it could be that him, or both wanted to convey something to the daycare worker about the new normal going forward. The new normal going forward. We even have this male figure looking kind of like he's stewing a bit. We have this woman, her back is turned, facing away. She's done. She's like, this is how it's going to be, daycare provider, and we're all on the same page, right? But meanwhile, remember, someone is reminiscing, sad, feeling some sense of regret, and then realizing when things are not going where they thought it was going, then it became a retaliation situation. Okay, all of this is alleged. All of this is my intuitive opinion. Okay. What is the nature of her disappearance? Like, what happened to her? Why is she missing? So any clues, Spirit, you wish or you feel that we are ready to receive during this reading. We have the Tower. Okay. This area of the country, it's like, it sounds beautiful, but it is probably a little treacherous, a little rugged, and it was cold weather during this time in March 31st. So we keep that in the back of our minds too about her disappearance. So, see if Spirit wishes to share anything else about her disappearance. And what I'm going to do is probably get so far, and we'll stop because I want to make sure it doesn't get too crowded. I'm going to take a picture, clear off the table. As you all know, I use jumping cards, so this is my style. Let me first show you what we've got so far. We got the Tower, so something catastrophic. Look at the Oracle card that jumped. One of the last cards that jumped was collapse or ruin. That ties right into the Tower. A point of no return. Nothing to lose. Now let's think about this for a moment. Sometimes people can do things to ourselves if we are really depressed, right? I don't sense that with her. I don't sense we could always be wrong here. I don't feel like she has anything. She has a lot to lose. She has her children, her way of life, her career. Yes, she may still be early at it with her career, but she has her career. She has a life. She has family and friends who love her. She has a lot to lose. So is there anyone around her who has nothing to lose now? Because they are facing a collapse, a ruin. They had to do something in a flashpoint. Interestingly enough, The Tower represents the time period of March 21st to April 20th, okay? So that's the time period we're in. So something cataclysmic happening in their life, in her life, a big sudden change, a move happening during this time period. And little do we know, it's not just about this move and life being turned upside down in this way, but someone really felt like they had nothing to lose at this point. Like they were being thrown away, like the relationship, like whatever the relationship with her. And I'm not saying this could be anybody, maybe someone new she's dating, I don't know, but someone felt like they were being discarded. Also, this could be a clue, my loves, on where important evidence could be, or even, dare I say, yeah, we'll just say important evidence. We'll leave it at that for now. But we have that. We have two or more, so two people. So this is almost like confirmation for me as well from Spirit. Like, no, this is not a situation where she took her life. If you were wondering. Like, if Spirit is like, if Kim, you were wondering, it's not. This is my confirmation. Now, this also could speak to two or more involved. Two or may find her. Two or more know something. We have suburban. I don't know, like, what kind of neighborhood she's in. I don't know if it's super rural or if it's in a suburbia kind of area, or if, the clues are somewhere actually closer than they think. I know wilderness is a definite possibility in that part of Minnesota, from what I understand, but there could be important clues about where she's at in the land of suburbia. And then we have misadventure. It could look like someone fell. This could be just another version of what may have happened to her. Maybe she drowned or something, she must have been the cause of her own demise, is what's going to be put forth at some point through the investigation. But that to me is not what happened here. Hold on. What's the nature of her disappearance, Spirit? Money. Money. Maybe someone is scared to lose money, or money is at stake, or money is a part of this whole situation. Money may have been discussed, may have been a contentious part of her life during this Tower moment, March 21st to February, March 21st to April 20th. Search. They've been searching and searching high and low. Loss. Something of importance will be lost. And lake, near a lake, near a body of water that resembles a lake. That could be not too far from a suburban area. It is important. I wonder if law enforcement has been checking trash cans pertaining to areas that she may have been at or nearby. Trash bins, dumpsters, landfill. Interesting. I'll have to look at the map. So I'm going to clear these up. Let me see how much time we're doing here. Okay. Why is she missing? Yeah, it's a lot. This is why she's missing. It's a lot. It's a heavy situation why she's missing. But ultimately, it boils down to there's big changes coming in her life. We saw that in part 1. I'll fix this when I'm done. We saw it in part 1. There was big changes coming in her life. And sometimes when that happens, it's not always like received by people who feel like they are being put upon by the change. Okay. Last question, then I'm going to pause so I can clear off the table. Spirit, if you are willing to share, what is her state of being? If you are willing to share with us, we have the Chariot. Okay. What is her state of being? That's interesting. I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting a good hit on that. I'm going to stick this to the side for a sec. This is the deck I created, the Secrets Revealed True Crime Oracle. I'm going to set it aside though. I just want to sit with the Chariot for a moment. This one shows this woman by the beach, arms outstretched. I don't know. What do you all think? In terms of her state of being, when I'm asking that question, what I'm asking from Spirit is if she's still with us or not. In part one, it was pretty clear what was coming through, but I was wondering if the Tarot would give us, and the Tarot and Oracle together would give us additional insights. Sometimes I just ask Spirit if we're ready to receive that information over here, like me doing this reading, and see if Spirit will reveal it, and I'll relay it to you. Sometimes it's not revealed, and it's not clear to me at this time. I'm going to have to sit with the Chariot. I feel like I just sense this sense of freedom here, and I just wonder what that is about. These almost look like gatekeepers. I don't know. And then we have accident, but what stands out here is emergency, needing medical care, urgency, needing a doctor, SOS, warning, needing medical attention is what I'm sensing here. So in dire need of medical attention. The paperwork card, I'm not quite sure what it means as it relates to the Chariot and the accident, to the question of what is her state of being. It could just simply be that the autopsy report is going to glean some information about that if we go there. Now let's say this is about life and living. Well, the medical reports will speak to what it was, what kind of what kind of injuries that she sustained, what happened. We have accident here. Accident and misadventure. That's interesting. That keeps coming up. And I wonder why. All right, friends, I'm going to pause and I'll be right back.